right track. You couldn't ask for a better situation.
GM Phil Emery said they came out swinging hard and can't be afraid to swing again. They could sign a Jared Allen or maybe Julius Peppers if the price was right for either of them. In the meantime, they are just going to hope that Lamar Houston can channel his inner Thor.
Thor is my main guy.
Why?
Because one, he's a god, so you can't kill him. Two, he can control the weather.
You had me at the weather. If you could bring Thor's ability to change.
It's going to be outbound I-290 at Mill Road. That's a car that is off the extension into a ditch. Similar situation outbound Ford at Stony Island is in the clearing stages. Let's talk a little bit about how this weather is affecting your commute. And we understand that emergency bridge deck repair was necessary yesterday because of our brutal freeze-thaw cycle. And this time it's affecting outbound 55 at King Boulevard. IDOT says they had to go out there yesterday and they're working on that bridge through, quote, this afternoon. That's all they will give us for the timeline, and that's in 2 lanes. Let's look outside and check in with the suburban commute, and for that we look at our tollway camera network as we go out on I-88 in Washington. Looking good there. Michelle, Daniela.
Thank you, Kai. Thanks, Kai. Well, ahead this morning, a massive pileup involving 50 vehicles. What caused that chain reaction? That's next. And then on our news at 5 this morning, a Chicago couple is reunited with their beloved French bulldogs after they disappeared when their home was burglarized. And also the wild police pursuit caught on camera after a man carjacked several vehicles.
Xfinity Internet just got faster again. Get Xfinity Starter XF Triple Play, now with speeds up to 50 megabits per second. That means the speed you get with Xfinity's most popular bundle is now faster than any speed UVerse can offer. And soon, Xfinity will launch extreme speeds of 505 megabits per second, 20 times faster than UVerse. And now, for a limited time, get Xfinity X1 Triple Play for only $89 a month for 12 months. Plus, get a $100 prepaid card. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
I like to go off my own beaten path.
Cars slammed into each other in whiteout conditions on the Ohio Turnpike in Toledo yesterday. The deadly pileup stretched 2 miles between Toledo and Cleveland. One of the most violent crashes pinned an Ohio State trooper between 2 cars. Officials say he suffered non-life-threatening injuries, but 3 people were killed. It remains unclear how many were hurt. 4:53 right now today, President Obama will order the Labor Department to expand overtime for millions of workers. The change is aimed at employees currently exempt from overtime because they get a salary of more than $455 a week. So companies designate some employees as supervisors to avoid paying overtime. And this comes after the president announced a plan to raise the minimum wage. 4:54 this morning, no snow for today, but another day of loading up on those layers before you head out.
Certainly is a cold start this morning. The saving grace, the air is calm in most locations, but if you're heading out the door this morning, skies are mostly clear and generally we're in the teens. Now we'll see a period of increased cloud cover as we go through midday. Temperatures will climb into the 20s. Then we'll start to see a little more sunshine later in the afternoon hours. Temperatures will peak into the mid to upper.
King Boulevard. In fact, it's in 2 right lanes. Went into place yesterday afternoon through this afternoon. So again, 2 lanes down there. That's going to affect your transition coming off of Lakeshore to the outbound Stevenson. Outbound 290 extension at Mill, a car into a ditch. Emergency responders are still there on the shoulder. Overall, not too bad. Let's take a look outside and check in with a tollway camera for you. And as you look at this nice shot on I-90, I'll let you know that there's a working fire in the South Chicago neighborhood near 87th and Commercial. I'll update you when I get more. Michelle, over to you.
All right, Kai, thank you. Well, we are doing more information this morning about a breaking story out of Austin, Texas. A suspected drunk driver trying to get away from police rammed a barricade at the popular South by Southwest Musical Festival overnight. You can see the scene here behind me. That accident killed a man and a woman on a moped and injuring nearly 24 others, 5 critically.
It just rolled over some people, littered it all the way down. And I just remember seeing people bouncing off of the street all the way, rolling down past 10. And then that's when there's cops coming through and a helicopter chasing them. And
Amateur video shot just moments after that car barreled through the crowd around 12:30 this morning shows injured people on the street, some of them getting treated right there at the scene. And police say the driver also struck a cab before jumping out of his car and trying to run, but he was caught and taken into custody. Another big story we're following this morning, melting ice becoming a very real danger in downtown as skyscrapers send ice crashing onto unsuspected people below. NBC5's Lauren Petty is live for us at Franklin near Madison watching for falling ice. Lauren, good morning.
Good morning. It probably happens more than you think, Daniela. That's a reason for signs like this one. We actually talked to one guy yesterday who had to go to the emergency room after falling ice sent him falling to the ground.
It hurt. It felt like a baseball had hit me in the head.
But it wasn't a baseball. It was falling ice that left Dan Curry with a bandaged head. It happened while Curry was walking in the loop near Washington and Wells yesterday, and he was actually not alone. An ambulance also had to take a woman to the hospital after she was hit by falling ice near Ohio and St. Clair. Also, take a look at this video. This is a windshield. It was smashed by ice that was flying from a passing vehicle while the driver was behind the wheel heading down Lakeshore Drive.
So it's frightening because there's nothing you can do. You can't walk in the street, you can't walk next to the building because you don't know where the icicles are going to fall. You can't look up.
And looking up actually could be worse because you could damage your eyes and your vision. So what can you do? Well, we're under a canopy here this morning trying to stay safe. You want to walk under canopies like this whenever you can, and also just stay alert. We're live here in the Loop this morning. Lauren Petty, NBC5 News.
Nothing to advise, Lauren. Thank you. Well, an update now this morning to a bar shooting on Chicago's South Side. Chicago police made an arrest overnight. 30-year-old Parrish Davis will be in court today on murder and attempted murder charges. Police say Davis opened fire at a bar in the 5100 block of South Union in January, wounding 4 people. A 35-year-old man died after he was shot in the head.
It's 5:03 right now. A family in suburban Northbrook deals with an unthinkable loss this morning. A little girl died when a bookshelf fell on top of her yesterday. Emergency crews rushed to the home in the 1900 block of Clover Lane. When they got there, the 3-year-old little girl was not breathing anymore. First responders took her to Glenbrook Hospital, but doctors could not save her. Her name has not been released.
Well, a warning this morning for women on Chicago's northwest side. Police say a woman was sexually assaulted near Armitage and Pulaski. A man pulled her into a gangway and attacked her around 1:30 on Tuesday morning. He took off on a bicycle. That man was wearing a black and yellow jacket with blue jeans.
And a suburban women's softball team gets a painful curveball from Mother Nature. The Wavanti Community College team was headed to Florida yesterday, but because of the weather, they arrived at O'Hare early yesterday morning for their 10:30 flight, but they did not arrive in the Sunshine State until 1:20 this morning. The team has 3 games on deck today, so they're going to be very busy. Hopefully they get some rest, though.
All right, fingers crossed for them. Well, 5:04 this morning. And turning to new developments this morning in the crisis in Ukraine, a group of senators, including Dick Durbin from Illinois, will travel to Ukraine to meet with local government officials there.
NBC's Tracy Falls is following up-to-the-minute developments for us live from Washington. And Tracy, I want to start off by asking you, what are the senators hoping to accomplish once they arrive to Ukraine?
Well, a couple of things. First of all, they just want to get over there and meet some of the new leaders. The prime minister was here, but the rest of the government is in Kiev, and so they want to start to make that connection and also let them know that they've got support not just from the Obama administration, but from Congress. And that's important because Congress holds the purse strings to these things like these loan guarantees that they're trying to work on right now. But there's a snag here on Capitol Hill with that, and that hasn't been approved yet. And then finally, they want to get a sense of what's going on the ground.
All right, well, Tracy, we know Ukraine's prime minister spent the day in Washington yesterday, even spent some time talking to President Obama. Do we know if any progress came out of that meeting?
Well, I mean, nothing that we didn't expect. They talked about the situation. They talked about what to do about Russia, trying to get Russia out of that southern Crimean region. No concrete progress in terms of change in what's going on the ground right now. Now he's headed to New York to talk to the United Nations Security Council, where there is a real split on whether or not they want to issue sanctions to Russia for what they've done so far for those troops that have moved into Crimea.
And the Prime Minister will address the UN Security Council today, right? Tracy, do you know what he's expected to say?
Well, he's likely going to give the same message that we heard here in Washington, which was essentially, look, we need the world's help. We need Russia out of our back door. We want to be a sovereign nation, and if Crimea wants more, that southern region in particular wants more autonomy, we can work with that, but not while Russia is violating international law. As he said here, we can work with them on their concerns, but not with a gun to our head.
All right, Tracy Wells, live person in Washington. Tracy, thank you.
Tracy, thank you. Well, 5:06 this morning, and the St. Patrick's Day parade is this weekend. Angie is going to let us know if we'll need to wear layers for that.
And then the challenge to educate our children is becoming even more of an uphill battle after a new report from the Illinois Board of Education.
And steering the rhetoric, General Motors now admits that it came across an ignition switch problem much earlier than originally reported.
It's award season. These are awards, and this is the award-winning Chrysler 200. Now, awards can take you places. Ditto for the car. The awards help you live life in the fast lane. So does the car. By the way, the 200 is a top safety pick, unlike awards, which are no career safety net. The Chrysler 200, now at the Chrysler award season event.
Get $4,000 cash allowance plus $500 bonus cash, plus no payments for 90 days on Chrysler 200 sedan.
If these legs could talk, they'd say they look and feel great without varicose veins.
Vein Clinics of America can develop a customized treatment plan just for you. So call VCA today.
And listen to your legs.
Today we're showing real people Xfinity Internet. What is your current internet provider? AT&T. How is that working out? Slow. I bet we can have all three of these guys on their devices and download our favorite HD show. You're going to be impressed. Xfinity delivers the fastest internet Wi-Fi. Look how fast it is. So flippin' fast. How does this compare to your current provider?
Better than AT&T.
We're done.
Get the fastest in-home Wi-Fi with Xfinity Internet, or get started for $19.99 a month for a year. See for yourself. Call 1-800-XFINITY today.
You love your home. You want to mix things up a bit. But can you afford new furniture now? Yes, you can! At the Room Place. Introducing the Yes You Can plan. A whole new way to buy furniture. With easy monthly payments as low as $25. Complete bedrooms, beautiful dining rooms, and yes, even living rooms. All for as little as $25 a month. Can you have the furniture you want now? Yes, you can! If you shop the Real Place by Monday.
Boost your on-road confidence with the full line of powerful, technology-loaded Dodge vehicles. Head to your local dealer now. Get 0% financing for 60 months, plus $1,000 bonus cash, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on the 2013 Dodge Start.
5:09 right now. Let's get the very latest from Mr. Andy Avalos. It's good morning to you. Take your heavy coat, right? It's cold out there.
It certainly is, but at least you can leave at your normal time because we don't have to contend with the snowstorm this morning as we begin our Thursday, looking out the weather window down the Big Mile. Dry roads, not only here in the city, but most locations, but there's a little black ice at a few spots. Be careful out there. As we look at the radar this morning, no snow in sight. That's certainly good news, and no precipitation expected today. As hours, one little bank of clouds.